Hello students. So today I am doing class for class 12 science. So today's topic is application of determinant. So in the last online class we have finished almost some problems on determinant, right? So now today we are doing this application of determinant. So what are the application of determinant? Okay, so number one application is you can solve a given system of equations. It may be two equations with two unknown quantities like x and y, or it may be three equations with three unknown quantities x, y and z. So if you solve that, if you solve all these equations with the help of application of determinant, that rule is known as Cramer's rule, or the method is known as Cramer's method. So number one is Cramer's rule. Cramer's rule to solve given system of equations. Given system of equations. Given system of equations, right? And number two is to find the area of a triangle. To find the area of a triangle with given vertices. With given vertices. To find the area of a triangle with given vertices. So with the help of this determinant, we can also find the area of a triangle with given vertices. So number one is Cramer's rule to solve given system of equations. With the help of determinant, we can solve given system of equations. Okay, and that rule is known as Cramer's rule. And number two is we can find out the area of the triangle with given vertices with the help of application of determinant. Okay, so now let's discuss about number one, right? So number one is Cramer's rule. So number one is Cramer's rule. Now let us write down the rule. Let us write down the Cramer's rule to solve two given system of equations. Right? Suppose the two equations are a1x plus b1 is equal to c1, and the other one is a2x plus b2. Sorry, this is b1y is equal to c1, and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Suppose the two equations are a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, and the other equation is a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Okay, so this is equation number one and this is equation number two. Now use Cramer's rule to solve these two equations, right? So what we will do here is I am writing the rule only. So given determinant d, suppose d is equal to, you have to write down the coefficients of x and y from both these equations 1 and 2 in determinant form, right? So in the first row you have to write down the coefficient of x and y. That is, what is the coefficient of x, a1 in the first equation? What is the coefficient of y in the in equation 1? That is b1. So this is the first row, right? And equation 2, what is the coefficient of x, a2? It should be written in the second row. That is, the first element is a2. What is the coefficient of y in equation 2? It is b2. That is the second element of the second row. So d is equal to what? In the first row you should write a1 b1, that is the coefficient of x and y in the first equation, and in the second row you should write a2 b2, and these are the coefficients of x and y in equation number 2. Okay, and this d should not be equal to 0. And now you know how to expand it, isn't it? So now in order to get the value for x, so you have to write dx, right? Now how can you get dx now? This is also the determinant. So you should write down the second order determinant here also. So how can you get dx now? So now in this equation, which are the constant term, that is C1 and C2. So in order to get this dx, right? So what will you do? This A1 and A2 are the coefficients of x here in equation 1 and in equation 2. This is A1, A2. This is also A1, A2, right? These are the coefficients of x from equation 1 and equation 2. Now, in order to find this dx determinant, you have to replace this A1, A2 by constant C1, C2, right? So right now C1, C2. And second column remains same, that is B1 upon B2. Is that clear? So you can easily find out, you can expand this determinant, that is dx, right? So similarly you can find out dy. So dy is equal to, so in this determinant, again you have to consider this determinant. So this first column are the coefficient of x and this second column are the coefficient of y. And now in order to find out this dy, you have to replace these coefficients of y by this constant C1, C2. So always write down constant term on the right hand side. In order to find out the values of x and y or to solve the given system of equations, always write down constant on the right hand side. Okay. So this B1 and B2 are the coefficients of y from equation 1 and equation 2. Now these B1 and B2 are replaced by what? C1 and C2. But you have to keep this first column as it is. That means first column remains same. That is A1, A2. So this is your A1, A2. First column remains same now in dy. In dx, second column remains same. In dy, first column remains same. But this second column should be replaced by what? Constant, that is C1, C2. Is that clear to all of you? So now, how can we get the value for x? X is equal to dx by d and y is equal to what? It is dy by d. So in this case, I have written here d not equal to 0. If d is equal to 0, what happens? Denominator will be 0. If the denominator is 0, it is undefined. That means you cannot get the values of x and y. Is that clear? And this method is known as what? This method is known as what? Cramer's rule. So this is for two equations with two unknown quantities x and y. Okay? So this is known as Cramer's rule. So now we will apply Cramer's rule for three equations with three unknown quantities. So similarly you can do it. Okay? So now this is our first type. Now second type. Suppose there are three equations with three unknown quantities, right? So first equation, suppose it is a1x plus b1y plus c1z is equal to, let us write k1 here, right? So a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equal to k2, okay? Then write down a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equal to k3. So these are three equations with three unknown quantities. You have to solve it. That is, you have to get the values of x and y. Okay. So now here also you have to write down the determinant. So I already told you that constant term. Always you have to write the constant term which are free from x, y and z on the right hand side. So कोही बेला तिमीलाई के दिएको हुन्छ यो constant term left side मा हुन्छ. कोही बेला तिमीलाई इक्वेसनमा झुकाएर यो जुन चाहिँ कन्स्टेन्ट छ नि k1 k1 k2 k3 त्यो लेफ्ट साइडमा दिएको हुन्छ त्यसलाई तिमीले कता राख्नुपर्छ राइट ह्यान्ड साइडमा लगिहाल्नुपर्छ ठीक छ So now let us write here d is equal to determinant. You have to write down the determinant in this case, that d will be the coefficients of x, y and z from all these equations. Okay, so what will be the first row? a1 b1 c1. This will be a1 b1 c1, right? What is the second row? a2 b2 c2, a2 b2 c2, and what is the third row? a3 b3 c3, right? So a3 b3 c3. Is that clear? But this should not be equal to 0. D should not be equal to 0. Is that clear? Now let us find out dx. Okay. So this is also the third order determinant. So now you know that this is the first column, right? a1, a2, a3. These are the coefficients of x from all these three equations, isn't it? Now this column a1, a2, a3, that is the coefficients of x, a1, a2, a3 are replaced by what? This constant, that is k1, k2, k3. k1, k2, k3. And this second row and third row, you have to keep it same. Okay, this does not change. That is, second column does not change, third column also does not change, remains same here. That is b1, b2, b3, right? Then comes c1, c2, c3. So this is your dx. Is that clear now? Now again, how can you find out dy? So dy is equal to, now which column will you replace by constant k1, k2, k3 here? Now in this case, this first column are the coefficients of x, but this second column are the coefficient of y. So in order to get dy, this second column should be replaced by constant k1, k2, k3, keeping first column and the third column same. Is that clear? Now this dy will be a1, a2, a3, right? Remain same. Now you have to replace this coefficient of y. You have to replace this coefficient of y by k1, k1, k2, k3. Is that clear now? Now also third column remains same. That is, what is the third column? c1, c2, c3. So this is the third column. Now also you have to get the value for dz, isn't it? There are three equations with three unknowns and you have to get the values of x, y as well as z. Okay. Now what is dz now? Let us write it here. dz. So dz means which column are the coefficients of z in this case? c1, c2, c3. Now this first column remains same. Second column also remains same. But this third column c1, c2, c3 should be replaced by what? This constant k1, k2, k3. Now write down a1, a2, a3. First column remains same. Is that clear now? What is the second column? It is b1, b2, b3. Now this third column are the coefficients of z. Now this coefficient of z should be replaced by constant k1, k2, k3. So it is k1, k2, k3. Is that clear now? In dx, first column is replaced by constant, keeping second and third same. Okay. In dy, second column is replaced by k2, k3. Okay. So now this these are the coefficients of x, y and z from the three equations, that is 1, 2 and 3. In dx, only the first column, that is a1, a2, a3 is replaced by what? This constant k1, k2 and k3, keeping second column same and third column same, right? In dy, only second column, that is b1, b2, b3 is replaced by constant k1, k2, k3, keeping this first column and third column same, right? In dz, only the third column, that is c1, c2, c3 is replaced by k1, k2, k3, keeping the first and the second column same. Is that clear to all of you? Now we have got dx, dy and dz, and you should know that d should not be equal to 0. Okay? So how can we get the value for x? This is the Cramer's rule. X is equal to dx by d, comma, y is equal to dy by d. And what is z here? It is dz by d. So this method is known as Cramer's method. Okay? So this is how to solve given system of equations, right? As a next, number 2 was how to get the area of the triangle using determinant, right? So these are all about your Cramer's rule. Now, with the help of determinant, you can get the area of the triangle with 3 given vertices. Suppose this is number 2 application. So suppose these are A, B and C. Suppose its coordinates is x1, y1, B coordinates is x2, y2 and C coordinates is x3, y3. Right? So area of the triangle. So area of the triangle is equal to area of the triangle ABC is equal. Now you know that in class 11 you did area of the triangle ABC. With the 3 given vertices, you have a formula out there in coordinate geometry. That is, the formula is half within mod x1. This is x1. This is x1 is the abscissa of A, right? So within bracket you should write y2 minus y3. y2 minus y3. Okay? Then plus x2. Within bracket you should write y3 minus y1. Okay? Or you may write here minus x2 and within bracket it is y1 minus y3. Right? You can write either plus x2 within bracket y3 minus y1, or you may write minus x2 within bracket y1 minus y3. Okay? Then plus x3 and within bracket y1 minus y2, mod sign is closed. Why is it written within mod sign? It should be, area of the triangle should be always positive. That's why these unknown quantities are kept within modulus sign. So it should be always positive. Okay? The Elahami about determinant form next. So how can you write it in determinant form? Half. That is expansion of which determinant is this one, right? So it is half into, in the first row you write x1, x2, x3, that is abscissa of all these 3 vertices, x1, x2, x3. In the second row you will write y1, y2, y3, right? In the third row what will you write? You have to understand it. In the third row you have to write 1, 1, 1. Is that clear? So if you write 1, 1, 1 there, so if you expand it, are you getting this expression? Let us expand it. Let us expand it with respect to the first row. That is plus minus plus. So plus x1. So within bracket delete the row and the column through the element x1. That is first row and first column are deleted. What remains? y2, y3, 1, 1. Right? That is y2 into 1, y2 minus y3. This is the second order determinant, you can expand it. Then comes minus x2, right? If you take this term x2, delete the row and the column through that element. That means this first row and second column are deleted. So what remains? y1, y3, 1, 1. So cross multiply y1 into 1, y1 minus y3 into 1, y3. Then comes plus x3. If you consider this term x3, delete the row and the column through that element. That means first row and third column are deleted. Forget about the first row and the third column. So what remains? y1, y2, 1, 1. So cross multiply, y1 into 1 is y1 minus y2 into 1 is y2. Is it clear now? So this is the formula for area of the triangle ABC. So using this determinant, you can get the area of the triangle with 3 given vertices. That is x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. So these are the 2 applications of the determinant. One is Cramer's rule, that is to solve given system of equations, and number 2 is how to find out the area of the triangle using determinant. Is that clear? Now let's do some problems now. So now, in case of Cramer's rule, we got the value for d, dx, dy and dz. So if d not equal to 0, if d is not equal to 0, then you can solve the equation. That means you will get unique values of x, y and z. Okay. So if d not equal to 0, then the equations are known as consistent. Then the equations are known as consistent, or the given system of equations has unique solution. That is the given equations have a unique solution. That means you can get the values of x, y and z. So this is number 1. That is, if d not equal to 0, then the equations are known as consistent. That is, the given equations have a unique solution. Okay. So number 2, if d is equal to dx is equal to dy is equal to dz is equal to 0, then the given system of equations have infinite number of solutions. Then the given system of equations have what? Infinite number of solutions. Have infinite number of solutions. Infinite number of solutions. Is that clear now? Next, number 3, if d is equal to 0 and if one of the values of if d is equal to 0 and if one of the values of dx, dy and dz not equal to 0, then the given system of equations have no solution. Right? That is, if d is equal to 0 and if one of the values of dx, dy and dz not equal to 0, and if one of the values of dx, dy and dz not equal to 0, then the given system of equations have no solution. Right? So in that case, the given system of equations are known as inconsistent. The given system of equations, then the given system of equations are inconsistent. inconsistent. Is that clear? So you have to remember these three conditions. So what is number 3? If d is equal to 0, right? And if one of the values of dx, dy and dz not equal to 0, right? Then the given system of equations have no solution. In that case, the given system of equations are inconsistent, right? So what is number 1 condition? If d not equal to 0, then the given system of equations have a unique solution. In that case, the given system of equations are known as consistent, right? This is number 1. In number 2, if d is equal to dx is equal to dy is equal to dz is equal to 0, if all the values of d here are 0, then the given system of equations have infinite number of solutions, right? And in case of number 3, if d is equal to 0 and if one of the values of dx, dy and dz not equal to 0, then the given system of equations have no solution. So in that case, the given system of equations are known as inconsistent. Is that clear? So these are the conditions that you should know it. Okay. Now let's do some problems. So now let's do this question. So this question is from exercise 2C. Each question carries 5 marks section. So page number is 190. The book is Higher Mathematics for Class 12 by S.N. Day. Okay. Now solve by Cramer's rule. You have to use Cramer's method. I just told you about Cramer's rule, isn't it? Now let us solve these two equations. That is, two equations with only two quantities are there. That is, first equation is 2x minus y is equal to 4. And what is the second equation? X minus 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. So I already told you that always you have to write down the constant term on the right hand side. If it is on the left hand side, you have to take that constant term to the right hand side. Okay. So let us write down the first equation. It's okay, first equation. Constant term is on the right hand side, therefore 2x minus y is equal to 4. So this is your equation 1. But in second equation, plus 1, constant is on the right hand side. Constant is on the left hand side. You have to take that constant term to the right hand side. Okay. Here the constant term is on the left hand side. You have to take that constant term to the right hand side. So what do we get? X minus 2y is equal to minus 1. This is equation number 2. Okay. Now let us find out the value for d, that is determinant. This is the second order determinant. If there are two equations with two unknown quantities, the determinant will be of second order type. Okay. So therefore d is equal to, what is the determinant here? It is coefficient of x is 2. What is the coefficient of y? Minus 1 in the first row. What is the coefficient of x in the second equation? That is 1. What is the coefficient of y in equation 2? It is minus 2. That will be in the second row, right? That is 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1. These are the coefficient of x and y from equation 1. And it is 1 minus 2. That is the coefficient from equation 2. That are the coefficients of x and y. Okay? So determinant sign is closed. Now, so therefore d is equal. Now we can expand it. You know how to expand the second order determinant, right? So 2 into minus 2, minus 4. B sum minus and I have. So minus into minus, plus 1 ones are 1. That means d is equal to what? It is minus 3. So it should not be equal to 0. Otherwise, you cannot get the answer. It will be undefined if d is equal to 0. I already told you that, isn't it? Now let us find out dx. So in case of dx, now these 2 and 1 are the coefficient of what? X. Now this should be replaced by constant, that is 4 and minus 1. 4 and minus 1, right? And the second column remains same, that is minus 1, minus 2 in case of dx. Okay, so this is minus 1, minus 2. Is it clear? So therefore, what is dx now? You can expand it. 4 into minus 2, minus 8. Minus into minus plus, but you have to write minus sign in between the two terms. So it is minus 1. So therefore, dx is equal to what? It is minus 9. Now let us find out dy. Therefore, dy is equal to, now you have to consider this determinant d. Now this second column are the coefficients of y. Now these coefficients of y should be replaced by what? Constant. Keeping the first column same, right? So 2, 1, first column remains same, 2, 1. What is the second column now? This second column is replaced by this constant 4 and minus 1, right? So 4 and minus 1. Is that clear? So now you can expand the second order determinant. Therefore, dy is equal to what? Now cross multiply 2 into minus 1, minus 2, then minus sign. Now we have to cross multiply 4 by 1, 4 ones are 4, right? So what is dy is equal to, this is minus 6. Is it clear? So now we have to get the values of x and y. So from Cramer's rule we know that x is equal to, what is the formula? Dx by d is equal to, what is dx in this case? Minus 9 divided by, dx is minus 9. What is the value of d? Minus 3. So minus minus gets cancelled, which is equal to 9 divided by 3 is always 3. 3 lane 9 like cancelled, so that is 3. Next, what is y is equal to? Dy by d, right? So y is equal to dy by d. What is dy? Minus 6 divided by, what is the value for d here? Minus 3. Minus minus gets cancels. So 3 2s are 6. So which are the answers in this case? X is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2. So I will write down the answers here. So x is equal to 3 and what is the value for y? Y is equal to 2. So these are the answers. Is it clear to all of you? You can take the answer also. You put the value of x here and y here, you should get 4. 3 2s are 6, minus 2. 6 minus 2 is 4, that's right. This is 3, minus 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So it is the correct answer. So did you understand this Cramer's rule? You can copy it, you can practice it at home. So we'll do the next question now, right? Now let's do the next question, that is question number 1 from same section, that is each question carries 5 marks, okay? So question number 1 is, there are 3 equations with 3 unknown quantities. But in this case, instead of x, y and z, it is given a, b and c respectively, okay? So all the constant terms are on the right hand side, it's okay, right? So what is the first equation? Write down a minus b plus c is equal to 6. What is the second equation? 4a plus 2b plus c is equal to 11. And what is the next one? 9a minus 3b plus c is equal to 6. So this is number 1, this is number 2 and this is number 3. Right? So now let us write down d. So therefore d is equal to, we have to write down only the coefficients of a, b and c. So what is the coefficient of a, b and c in equation 1? You will write it in the first row. What is the coefficient of a? 1. Coefficient of b? Minus 1. Coefficient of c? 1. This is the first row. What is the second row? In equation 2, what is the coefficient of a? 4. What is the coefficient of b? 2. What is the coefficient of c? 1. In equation 3, what is the coefficient of a? 9. What is the coefficient of b? Minus 3. What is the coefficient of c? 1. Is that clear? So this is the first column, but these are the coefficients of a from all these equations 1, 2 and 3. This is the second column, but these are the coefficients of what? Coefficients of b here. This is the third column, But these are the coefficients of what? These are the coefficients of C. Is that clear? Now let us expand it. Now you know how to expand it, isn't it? So therefore D is equal to, let us expand it. Let us expand it with respect to the first row, right? Plus minus plus. So 1 within bracket, delete the row and the column through the element 1. So 2, 1, minus 3, 1. So within bracket, it is 2 1s are 2, minus 2 minus plus, 3 1s are 3, right? Then comes minus sign. But minus 2 minus is plus 1. Again, delete the row and the column through this element. So it remains 4, 1, 9, 1. So cross multiply by 4 by 1. That is 4 1s are 4. Then comes minus 9 1s are 9. Is that clear? Next comes plus 1. Plus minus plus, plus 1. Now this one is considered. Delete the row and the column through that element. That is first row and third column are deleted. What remains? 4, 2, 9, minus 3. So 4 into minus 3, minus 12, then minus, this is your 18. Is that clear to all of you? So we are getting the value for D. Let us simplify it. So D is equal to 3 plus 2, 5. 5 1s are 5, right? 4 minus 9 is minus 5. Minus 5 into 1 is minus 5. And what is the last one there? Minus 30. So here 5 5 gets cancels. So what is the value for D? What is the value for D here? It is minus 30. That means not equal to 0. If D is not equal to 0, you can easily get the values of X, Y and Z. So let us write it here. So we get D is equal to minus 30. Is that clear? You know how to expand it, isn't it? So now let us find out the value for DA. Instead of X, Y, Z, there is A, B and C respectively. Okay. So therefore DA is equal to, what will be the determinant DA now? So with the help of DA you can get the value for A, isn't it? So this first column are the coefficients of A, right? Now this first column should be replaced by this constant 6, 11, 6. This is 6, 11, 6. Keeping second row, second column and the third column same. Use the same buzzer, second column and third column. Okay. So it is minus 1, 2 minus 3, 2 minus 3, right? Then 1, 1, 1. So this is 1, 1, 1, right? Now let us expand it. So what is DA is equal to? Now let us expand it with respect to the first row again. Plus minus plus 6 within bracket. Delete the row and the column through that element. So it remains 2, 1, minus 3, 1, 2 1s are 2, plus 3, then minus. So minus into minus, plus 1. Again delete the row and the column through that element. That means first row and second column are deleted. So it remains 11, 1, 6, 1. So 11 1s are 11, minus 6. Then what is the last one? Plus, plus 1, plus minus plus. So plus 1 within bracket, we are considering this one, right? Delete the row and the column through the element 1. That means first row and third column are deleted, right? What remains? 11, 2, 6 and minus 3. So 11 into minus 3, minus 33, right? Then 6 into 2, 12. That is minus, it is 12. Is that clear? Let us simplify it. So DA is equal to what? 6 into 5 plus 1 into 5 plus 1 into minus, this is 45. Is that right? 3 plus 2 is 5, 11 minus 6 is 5, minus 3, minus 33, minus 12 is minus 45. So therefore DA is equal to 6 5s are what? 30 plus 1 5s are 5 minus, it is 45, right? So therefore DA is equal to, this is 35 minus 45. That is plus sign, same sign you have to add them. That is 35 minus 45. So what is DA is equal to? Different sign you have to subtract and you have to write down the sign of the greater number. That is minus 10. So DA is equal to minus 10. Is that clear? So here dA is equal to minus 10. dA is equal to what? Minus 10. Okay. Now you have to get the value of the determinant dB. dB. What is dB now? dB is equal to. Now how can you find out the determinant here now? Now in determinant D, in that case, that second column were the coefficients of B, right? Now this column should be replaced by this constant 6, 11 and 6, keeping this first column and third column same. That is, what is the first column? 149 is the first column. 149, you can write it from here also, 149. Okay. Now this second column in determinant D, minus 1, 2, minus 3 is replaced by 6, 11, 6. 6, 11, 6. And in D, third column remains same. Which is the third column? 1, 1, 1. This is 1, 1, 1. Is that clear now? So let us expand it. So dB is equal to, let us expand it with respect to the first row here also. Okay. So now let us expand it with respect to the first row. Plus 1 minus 6 plus 1. So 1 within bracket, delete the row and the column through the element. First row and first column are deleted. What remains? 11, 1, 6, 1. So 11 ones are 11 minus 6. Then comes minus 6. Now delete the row and the column through the element. That is, first row and second column are deleted. What remains? 4, 1, 9, 1. So 4 ones are 4 minus 9 ones are 9. Is that clear? Then plus 1. Plus 1. Again delete the row and the column through the element. That is, first row and third column are deleted. What remains? 4, 11, 9 and 6. 4 6 are 24 minus 11 9s are 99. Is that clear now? So let us simplify it. So now dB is equal to, it is 1 into 5, it is 1 into 5 minus 6 into minus 5, right? Then plus 1 and within bracket minus, you can subtract it. 9 minus 4 is 5. A different sign, you have to subtract it. 9 minus 4 is 5 and 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, 9 minus 4 is 5, 9 minus 2 is 7. But you have to write down the sign of the greater number. Okay, so therefore dB is equal to 1 5s are 5, minus to minus plus, 6 5s are 30, plus to minus minus, that is 75. Or what is dB now? Same sign you have to add. That is 35 minus 75, right? Or dB is equal to, now different sign you have to subtract. 35 minus 75 is always 40, but you have to write down the sign of the greater number. That is minus 40. So this is your dB. What is dB now? dB is equal to minus 40. So dB is equal to what? It is minus 40. So is that clear now? So next, you have to get the value for what? DC. Okay. Now let us find out DC now. Again, DC, that is determinant containing C. Okay. Now, how can we get DC now? So in D, in determinant D, that is third column. That is third column over the coefficient of C. And that third column will be replaced by this constant 6, 11, 6, keeping the first two columns same. That is what? 149, 149, right? Remain same. In D, and then second column, minus 1, 2, and minus 3, second column remains same. But this third column should be replaced by, that is 1, 1, 1 should be replaced by 6, 11, 6. 6, 11, 6. Is that clear? Now let us expand it now. So you can expand it. So therefore DC is equal to, let us expand it with respect to the first row again, plus minus plus. So plus 1 will be there. So within bracket, what do we write? This first row and first column are deleted. What remains? 2, 11, minus 2 and 6. 2, 6 are 12. And that is minus 3 into 11 is minus 33. But minus 2 minus is plus what? 33. Then next term, minus 2 minus plus 1. Now delete the row and the column through the element minus 1. That is first row and second column are deleted. What remains? 4, 11, 9 and 6. 4, 6 are, it is 24 minus, 4, 6 are 24 minus 11, 9 are 99. Right? So next, then comes plus 6. So if you consider that 6, you have to delete the row and the column through the element 6. That means first row and third column are deleted. What remains? 4, 2, 9, minus 3. So 4 into minus 3 is minus 12, right? 4 into minus 3 is minus 12, then minus 9 2s are 18. You know how to expand it, isn't it? So let us simplify it. Or DC. DC is equal to 1 into 33 plus 12 is 45. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 plus 1, 4. Plus 1 into, how much is it? You have to subtract it. Minus 9 minus 4 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. Plus 6 within bracket, it is minus 30. 8 plus 2 is 10. 0, 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Minus 30. Okay. So DC is equal to, it is 45 minus 75. Right? Plus or minus? Minus 180. 30 to 6 is 180. Okay. Or DC is equal to, this is 45 minus, minus same sign, we have to add them. 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 7 is 15. 5, 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. 5 plus 0, 5, 8 plus 7, 15, 5, 1 is 2. So let us subtract it. So what is DC is equal to? Different sign, you have to subtract them, but you have to write down the sign of the greater number. What is 5 minus 5? 0. 5 minus 4 is 1. Then it is 2. That means it is 210. Is it clear? 5 minus 5 is 0. 5 minus 4 is 1. And it is 2. So you have to write down the sign of the greater number. So now here, this DC is equal to minus 210. So let us write here DC is equal to minus 210. Okay. So now we have to get the values of those unknown quantities. So which are the unknown quantities here? A, B and C. So according to Cramer's rule, how will you get the value of A? That is, small a is equal to, the formula is dA by D. If it is x is equal to dx by d, then b is equal to db by d. If it is y, then y is equal to dy by d, and c is equal to dc by d. If it is z, so z is equal to dz by d. Okay. So now a is equal to, what is dA in this case? Minus 10 divided by what is d? It is minus 30. Let us simplify it. Minus minus gets cancelled, 0 0 gets cancelled. So what is the value for A? A is equal to 1 upon 3. Clear? So we have got the value for A. Now B is equal to, what is dB out there? Minus 40 divided by what is D? Minus 30. Minus minus gets cancelled, 0 0 gets cancelled. So what is the value for B? It is 4 upon 3. Right? And next, C is equal to, what is DC? DC is minus 210 divided by what is D? It is minus 30. Clear? Next, this minus minus gets cancelled, 0 0 gets cancelled. So C is equal to 21 upon 3. That means C is equal to, what is 21 by 3? It is 7. Because 7 3 7s are 21. Okay? So write down the answers. Which are the answers here? A is equal to 1 by 3. What is B? B is equal to 4 by 3. And what is C is equal to? So C is equal to 7. So we got the answer. What is A is equal to? 1 upon 3. What is B is equal to? 4 upon 3. What is C is equal to? It is 7. So these are the final answers. So I think you have understood it. 3 equations with 3 unknown quantities. We are solving for A, B and C with the help of Cramer's rule. Okay. So let's do the next question now. So now let's do another type of question. Here also you have to solve it with the help of Cramer's rule. What is the first equation in this case? X plus 3y is equal to 4. So what is the second equation? Y plus 3z is equal to 7. And what is the third equation? Z plus 4y is equal to 6. But these are 3 equations with 3 unknown quantities, that is x, y and z. But in the first equation, z is missing out there. That is, what is the coefficient of z in that case? 0, right? In the second equation, x is missing there. And in the third equation, that is also x is missing. Okay, in that case also x is missing. So let us write down the first equation in terms of x, y, z. So x plus 3y plus, here z is missing. So you should write here 0 into z. 0 into z is equal to 4. In this case, x is missing. That is 0 into x plus y plus 3z is equal to 7. And what is the third equation there? In the third equation also x is missing out there. So 0 into x plus 4y plus z is equal to 6. And the constant term are on the right hand side. So it's correct, right? So this is equation 1, this is equation 2 and this is equation 3. Okay, that is 1, 2 and 3. So now let us write down D. D is equal to, what is D here? What is D? You have to write down only the coefficient of x, y, z from equation 1. That will be in the first row, that is 1, 3, 0, right? So what is the second equation here? What are the coefficient of x, y, z? 0, 1, 3, write in the second row. 0, 1, 3, right? And now in the third equation, what are the coefficients of x, y, z? It is 0, 4, 1. Write it in the third row. That is 0, 4 and this is 1. Is that clear to all of you? This is 1, 3, 0. This is 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3 and this is 0, 4, 1, 0, 4, 1. Let us expand it. So let us expand it with respect to the first column. So why are we expanding with respect to the first column in this case? Because there are 2 elements, 0. You can easily expand it, right? So therefore D is equal to, now expanding with respect to the first column, it is plus minus plus. So plus 1 within bracket. Delete the row and the column through the element 1, that is first row and first column are deleted. What remains? 1, 3, 4, 1. So 1 1s are 1 and minus 4 3s are 12, right? So what is the value for D in this case? D is equal to 1 into minus 11. What is that? 1 minus 12, it is minus 11. So D is equal to minus 11, not equal to 0. That means you can get the values of x, y and z. That is, you will get unique values of x, y and z. Okay. So D is equal to minus 11. Let us write it here. So D is equal to minus 11. Now let us write down dx. Therefore, dx. How can you get determinant dx? Now you know that this 1, 0, 0 are the coefficient of x, isn't it? This 1, 0, 0 are the coefficient of x. Now you have to replace this coefficient of x by this constant 4, 7, 6. Let us write it. 4, 7, 6. and you have to keep this second column and the third column same. I mean same rakhcha your second column and third column. So it is 3 1 4, right? This is 3 1 4, right? And then 0 3 1. Third column remains same. 0 3 1, right? Now let us expand it with respect to the first row, because in the first row one of the elements is 0. You can easily expand it. So therefore dx is equal to, let us expand it with respect to the first row, that is plus minus plus. So plus 4, you write plus 4. Now delete the row and the column through the element 4, that is first row and first column are deleted. What remains? 1 3 4 1. 1 1s are 1 minus 4 3s are 12. Then minus 3. Minus 3 within bracket, delete the row and the column through the element 3. That means first row and second column are deleted. What remains? 7 3 6 1. That is 7 1s are 7 minus 6 3s are 18. 7 1s are 7 minus 3 6s are 18. Will you write plus 0? No. Because 0 into any number is always 0. You don't have to write it. Okay? So therefore dx is equal to 4 into minus 11 minus 3 into minus 11. Because 7 minus 18 is minus 11, right? So therefore dx is equal to minus 44, right? So minus into minus plus 11 3s are 33. So what is the value for dx now? So dx is minus 11. So here dx is equal to, dx is also minus 11. Got it? So we have got the value for dx. You can copy it. So now let us find out the value for the determinant dy, right? So now what is dy in this case? Therefore dy. So you know that in determinant d, this second column are the coefficients of y. Now these coefficients of y are replaced by constant 4, 7 and 6, keeping first column and third column same, right? That means what is the first column out here? 1 0 0, right? Now second column will be replaced by 4 7 6, that is constant 4 7 6, right? And third column remains same, that is 0 3 1. 0 3 1, right? So now let us expand it. We can expand it with respect to the first column because two elements there is 0. So let us expand it with respect to the first column. So dy is equal to, now we are expanding with respect to the first column, plus minus plus. So plus 1 within bracket. Delete the row and the column through the element 1. That means first row and first column are deleted. What remains? 7 3 6 1. So 7 1s are 7 minus 3 6 are 18. Right? Will you write minus 0? No, because 0 into any number is 0, you don't have to write it. Then will you write plus 0? No, again 0 into any number is always 0, you don't have to write it. Okay? So therefore dy is equal to 1 into minus 11. That is 7 minus 18 is minus 11. So dy is equal to minus 11. So we get dy is equal to minus 11. Dy is also minus 11. Got it? So this is your dy. Now we have to calculate, you have to find out the value for the determinant dz. Okay? So let us find out dz now. So dz, how can we find out the determinant dz now? So now in this case, in determinant d, you know that this third column 0 3 1 are the coefficient of what? Z. Now this third column should be replaced by this constant 4 7 6, keeping first column and the second column same, right? That is 1 0 0 first column. What is the second column? It is 3 1 4, right? And this third column, that is 0 3 1, should be replaced by this constant 4 7 6. Okay, 4 7 6. Clear? Now let's expand it. So here also you can expand it with respect to the first column. In the first column also there are two elements 0. You can easily expand it, right? So therefore dz is equal to, now expand it with respect to the first column. What are the sign? Plus, minus, plus. So let us write 1. Now delete the row and the column through the element 1. That means first row and first column are deleted. What remains? 1, 7, 4, 6. So 6 ones are 6. So you have to cross multiply 1 by 6, that is 6 ones are 6, minus 4 sevens are what? It is 28, right? So will you write minus 0? No, 0 into any number is always 0. Will you write plus 0? No, here also 0 into any number is always 0, okay? So therefore what is dz now? 1 into this is minus 22. 8 minus 6 is 2 and 2 minus 0 is 2. You have to write down the sign of the greater number, that is minus. So what is dz is equal to? It is minus 22. So we get dz is equal to minus 22. Right? So we have got all the values of the determinants d, dx, dy, dz. Right? So now can you find out the values of x, y and z? Now according to the Cramer's rule, you know the formula, that is x is equal to dx by d, y is equal to dy by d, and z is equal to dz by z, right? So let us find out the values of x, y and z, okay? So now let us write down x is equal to dx by d, y is equal to dy by d, and z is equal to, this is dz by d, right? Or x is equal to, what is dx? Minus 11. Divided by what is d? This is also minus 11. So your minus minus gets cancels. So x is equal to 11 ones are 11. That means you can cancel them. 1 by 1 is 1. Again, what is the value for y? Y is equal to, what is dy? Minus 11 divided by minus 11. Here also minus minus gets cancelled. 11 ones are 11. 11 ones are 11. That is y is equal to 1 by 1 is always 1. And what is the last one? Z is equal to, what is dz now in this case? Minus 22 divided by, what is d? Minus 11. Minus minus gets cancels. So therefore z is equal to 11 2s are 22. That means 11 1s are 11, 11 2s are 22. That is 2 by 1 is z is equal to 2. So we got the answers. Okay. So let us write down the answers now. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, and z is equal to 2. So these are the answers. So I think you have understood it. So now you can check these answers, whether these answers are correct or wrong. So let us put x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1 here. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. 1 plus 3 ones are 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. It's correct. So what is y here? 1. What is z? 2. 3 2s are 6 plus 1 is 7. This is also correct. Z is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. 4 ones are 4 plus 2 is 6. This is also correct. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So now I'll give you some homework, right? So you can do similar types of question as your homework, right? So I'll give you the homework now. So now these are your homework. You have to use Cramer's rule, and these questions are from higher secondary question papers. Okay. So first one is HS 2015. That is 2B number 1. Solve the following questions by Cramer's method. Right? X plus y is equal to 1, y plus z is equal to 2, and x plus z is equal to 3. You can easily do it. Right? In HS 2017, 2B number 1. Solve by Cramer's rule. That is x plus 3y is equal to 4, y plus 3z is equal to 7, and 4x plus z is equal to 6. This is from HS 2017. And from HS 2019 also you can solve using Cramer's rule. Solve these equations using Cramer's rule. That is 3x plus y plus z is equal to 10, x plus y minus z is equal to 0, and 5x minus 9y is equal to 1. I think you can do it. Okay. So revise all the problems that we did today, and do this homework also. Okay, so this much is for today, right? So in the next class we'll do more problems. Okay.